Even though I knew my family had been prioritizing my brother's children and ignoring mine for years, the words my mother called me on the phone brought everything to a breaking point. But what really happened next were the threats and what happened. Fortunately, my revenge was worse than anything else that had happened. Harper never imagined that one phone call could snap the last remaining thread, tying her to the family she'd spent her whole life trying to please. But there she was, barefoot in her kitchen on an ordinary Wednesday, frozen in place as her mother's sugar-coated voice spilled poison through the speaker. "Honey, we need to talk about Thanksgiving," her mom chirped, using that falsely light tone she reserved for moments when she planned to hurt someone but wanted to look innocent doing it. Harper glanced at her kids, Mia, 7, and Noah, 4, laughing on the floor as they stacked bowls into a leaning tower. "Sure, Mom," she said, already picturing the warm chaos of a holiday she'd once cherished. Instead, her mother took a breath, and her tone shifted. "This year will be adults only. Something quiet, intimate." Harper blinked. "So, no kids?" A pause followed, too long to be accidental. "Your kids, Harper. Brandon and Claire are bringing theirs." Something inside Harper snapped at the hypocrisy. Brandon's boys were always treated like royalty, while Mia and Noah were treated like guests who overstayed their welcome. "They're just children," Harper whispered, but her mother's tone turned sharp. "We want a peaceful evening. Don't be dramatic." The clarity hit Harper like a slap. They weren't invited. Her children weren't wanted. And when Harper finally said, "If my kids aren't welcome, I'm not coming," her mother simply exhaled, "Suit yourself," and hung up. Harper stood there, trembling, staring at the phone as if it might apologize. Her children giggled from the next room, unaware they had just been cut out of their grandparents' lives like an inconvenience. A heat rose in Harper's chest, not just anger, but something darker, sharper. A kind of resolve that tasted like vengeance. For years, she'd swallowed their favoritism, their dismissive comments, their subtle comparisons. But attacking her children? That was the last strike. The next morning, Brandon texted with his usual arrogance, accusing her of ruining Thanksgiving again. When she replied that their mother had kicked her kids out but welcomed his, he responded, "You know how your kids can be. A lot." Harper stared at the message, her jaw aching from how tightly she clenched it. "Enjoy your perfect Thanksgiving," she wrote. "We won't be there." But this time, her retreat wasn't passive, it was strategic. When her father called needing help setting up his new TV, she ignored it. When her mother texted to pick up prescriptions, she left it unread. She had spent years being their unpaid assistant, fixing, fetching, arranging, smoothing, but that version of Harper was gone. By Thanksgiving week, she had missed 12 calls. On Thanksgiving morning, as Mia and Noah laughed in a cloud of pancake flour, the phone rang again. "Did you cancel the credit card?" her mother demanded. Harper stepped aside, cold dread turning to fury. The card wasn't theirs, it was hers. A card she'd added them to temporarily years ago during her father's surgery. She'd forgotten to remove them. They hadn't forgotten to keep using it. "You mean my card?" Harper hissed. Her mother scoffed. "Don't be dramatic. You make good money. We figured. You figured you could steal from me?" Harper snapped. "After you rejected my kids?" Her mother didn't apologize. She doubled down. "We raised you. You owe us." That was the moment Harper's anger hardened into something sharper. "You will never see another cent from me." Her mother's final words were venomous. "You'll regret this." Harper hung up and smiled coldly. "No," she whispered. "You will." Days later, a letter arrived. Her parents demanded financial reimbursement for raising her, itemized like an invoice from hell, nearly $80,000. It was petty, desperate, and laughably pathetic. Harper didn't waste time. She drove straight to their house, stepped onto their porch, and shoved the letter at them. "You think this will work?" she asked. "You want to charge me for being your daughter while stealing from me behind my back?" Her father puffed up with indignation. "We sacrificed for you." Harper leaned forward, her voice deadly calm. "And you threw my children away. When they threatened lawyers, she smiled. Do it. A judge would love to see this. She tore the letter slowly, deliberately, letting the pieces fall at their feet. I'm done being your wallet. She walked away before they could speak. Christmas was peaceful for the first time in her life, just her real family, just love without conditions. But on New Year's Eve, the knock came. Her parents, Brandon, Claire, an ambush. Harper opened the door just enough to let the cold in. Her mother smiled sweetly. We just want to talk. Harper tried to close the door, but her father blocked it. This has gone too far. Harper raised an eyebrow. You think this is about you? Brandon stepped forward smugly. Mom and Dad talked to a lawyer. You've cut the kids off from their real family. We're looking into grandparents' rights. Harper stared for a moment, then burst into laughter, wild, sharp, incredulous. You think any court will side with you? The people who disinvited my kids, who drained my credit card, who tried billing me for my childhood? Her mother snapped. We've done nothing wrong. Harper pulled out her phone. I have every message, every call, every insult, every demand for money. Try it. I will bury you in court. Sophie gasped. Brandon paled, and her parents froze. Harper leaned in, her voice soft but lethal. I am not afraid of you anymore. She slammed the door in their faces. Inside, Ethan wrapped his arms around her. You okay? She nodded. Better than ever. As fireworks lit up the sky outside, Harper realized something powerful. This wasn't just escape. It was victory. Spring arrived quietly. No calls, no letters, no manipulation. And for the first time, Harper breathed freely. One warm afternoon, watching Mia and Noah chase Bubbles in the yard, Ethan asked, Think they'll try again? Harper smiled, peaceful and unbothered. Maybe, she said, but it doesn't matter. She looked at her kids, the ones she would burn the world for. Because I already won, and I'll never let anyone make them feel unwanted again. And as the seasons kept shifting, I realized something no one in my family ever taught me, that peace isn't something you find, it's something you choose. I chose it the day I stopped begging people to love my children the way they deserved. I chose it the day I shut the door on manipulation, comparison, and conditional affection. And now, when I watch Mia and Noah laugh freely in a world I built without the people who tried to break me, I understand that the greatest revenge is not anger or punishment. It's living a life so full, so calm, and so completely mine that the ones who tried to control it no longer have a place in it. They lost access to us. We gained everything else.